Hi, this is Daniel Gallagher, Superintendent for Little Elm ISD. I'm standing here in front of Lakeside Middle School, and this is not the kind of year that we had in mind for the final year where Lakeside would be a place where we would be serving our students. And I can't help but think about the thousands of students, thousands and thousands of students that have walked the halls of this building. And as you know, this has not always been Lakeside Middle School. This was the original high school here in Little Elm ISD. So I think about the lifelong friendships that have been established right here in this building. I think about all of the learning opportunities, the experiences that we've offered our kids over the years, the different teachers, the hundreds of teachers that have worked in this building, serving our students over the years. And most importantly, I think about the memories that have been established here, the lifelong memories of students who started here in the 1970s, 1974, all the way back then. I think about just the experiences, and again, those memories are lifelong memories. And boy, if these walls could talk, I'm sure there'd be lots of stories to be told.
This building, this is the place that just made me love being a Lobo. I'm gonna miss it.
I started here in January of 1992. It was cold. It was the old building. It was, of course, nothing like it is now. The rock walls on the outside where the students came in and they could sit and visit and talk before they came in.
The name of the building when I attended back in 84 through 6 was Little Elm High School. So we had one gym, we had a couple hallways, little admin building right across the parking lot. We had limited resources for graphics and stuff back in those days, and we wanted to broaden the logos and the designs of the Lobo. So a lot of the kids in the school, went to town trying to come up with a logo that would win the contest. The logos were submitted, and they decided on the winner, and it was a round circular with a Lobo head in the middle that came out really, really nice. So then they ended up painting it on the gym wall.
Well, I've been here a long time, so I've seen it grow a lot because it was a lot smaller back then. And so you could know the kids more back then because you had more time and they knew you. It wasn't so much passing in the hall and just catching glimpses of them. And so you would build relationships with them then. There used to be a boy that would come and show me his report card all the time and that stuff. And so that was really sweet to have that happen. All my kids went here from kindergarten on and graduated. And now there's kids here that I fed in the kitchen that are now teaching here. And I'm cleaning for them. So it's kind of interesting.
The fondest memory I have here probably was in 1992, and I had tore my ACL playing football. And I was really upset, and one of my teachers grabbed me and stuck me in a room. And she said, "You look upset. What's the matter?" And I just lost it, started bawling because they had just told me that I tore my ACL and I was out for the season or whatnot. And, when you're a little kid and you think you're going to be the next Troy Aikman or whatever, it kind of destroyed me because I think that was the realization that I knew that I wasn't going to be that in my life. And I just told Miss Hubert, Lorraine Hubert, I told her, I don't know what I'm going to do. She said, "Well, what do you love?" And I said, "Well, I love sports." And she goes, "Okay." She goes, "What else do you love?" And I said, "I love school." And she told me she thinks I just answered my own question about what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And she was right.
It's been nice here. The teachers, and you get to know them all over the time, and some that have been here a long time too.
One of the connections I have every time I walk past the theater is Paul Caillet Theater. And Mr. Caillet was kind of a strange guy if you just looked at him upon, just meeting him. And he would get ribbed a lot by everybody, but he cared. I made a B in his class, and he kept me back, and he yelled at me. He's like, "This isn't acceptable," and all this other stuff. He was just going at me. I'm like, "This is a B." And he goes, "But could you have made an A?" And I said, "Yes, I could." And like, he had like tears running down his face, and I'm like, well, that just inspired me. I never made a B for the rest of my time here. It was all A's.
So at the end of my junior year, Mr. Callier retired. And at the start of my senior year, as they were preparing for the new school play, they were planning on dedicating a specific seat in the theater to Mr. Callier and give him a lifetime pass to come and see all of the plays. From my memory serves me correctly, the weekend of the opening of the play, Mr. Callier was not able to attend because he had fallen ill. I had received a phone call later that evening that Mr. Callier had actually passed away. So the dedication ended up taking on a much bigger meaning for those of us who were still in the school that had Mr. Callier as a teacher and the, former students.
I think the days are coming really soon when they close the door, and I think that's it's difficult. As long as you've been here, I've made a career out of this, and to see the changes and to be able to watch the closure of history in Little Elm. And I think you think about it and you think, I've been here for 25 years and this has been home to me.
I may have only been here for 3 years, but for high school, it's where you start some of the most important memories and you start developing some of the most important relationships and really kind of thinking about your future and beyond. And so I've seen some of the renderings of the new schools, the Lowell Strike Middle School and the Jerry Walker Middle School. Open concept classrooms that give the students a chance to kind of be a little bit more comfortable, not so rigid sitting in a desk in a chair, having the availability to the more technology-driven courses and preparing the students for what's to come after high school. Kind of getting them ready to start thinking about their career now than towards the end of high school. So I think the students are going to do great.